Okay, Starship serial number 11. Very foggy day at Boca Chica. Feel sorry for the spaceflight journalists out there right now, but same drill as SN10, SN9, and SN8. We are taking a Starship, which is the second stage of the Starship Super Heavy launch vehicle, and it is going to be performing a high altitude hop. So it's going to be igniting.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting. We have completed propellant loading, both the methane fuel and the liquid oxygen on board Starship test vehicle number 11.
It's good to hear. Part of me wants it to hold because I want people to be able to see it. But anyway, it's going to be igniting its engines, ascending up to 10 kilometers, cutting out engines as it goes. And it's going to be transitioning to horizontal, falling. Right at the last second, reignite its engines, flip itself over, and hopefully touch down softly. We'll see. SN10 made it to a touchdown, not a soft touchdown, stayed vertical, and then went big kaboom afterwards because it hit a little bit too hard. They've made some changes now, and hopefully SN11 is going to stick this landing.
T-minus 1 minute.
Here we go, 6 seconds. Ooh boy. This is reminiscent of a Vandenberg launch. Hopefully we'll get some nice
T-minus 42
shots
seconds.
from on board the
Down.
rocket.
We are retracting the quick disconnect from the vehicle in preparation for launch in just over 30 seconds from now.
Oh boy. So remember, this could be a failure, and that's absolutely fine. We're in a test program. But let's look in and see what happens with 20 seconds to go now.
Good previous cycles.
Okay, 10, 9,
10,
8,
8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it's going. It's going in the fog. Okay. Okay then, I guess. Wow. That is no camera there. Those landing legs look new. They look slightly longer. Actually, no, I think the camera might just be a bit lower down. But here we go. Already small fire on one of the Raptors
T-plus 33 seconds.
Ooh, and we have a view inside of a tank. That's very nice.
Over Starbase in South Texas.
I don't like that small...
1 kilometer altitude.
I don't like that small residual fire.
We've heard the call out. We're over 1 kilometer up. Views from the external camera
So
on
this is a
Starship
bit we're used
number 11,
to.
looking back towards the Starbase facility in the fog in South Texas.
This looks almost otherworldly right now. I don't even know how we're going to see the landing button or the flip. This is going to be bloody fog. Come on. Okay, we should coming up in a little bit on one of the first Raptor shutdowns, I think. This has really got Vandenberg written all over it. Vandenberg being their West Coast launch site, which gets foggy a lot.
Four kilometers altitude.
Okay.
T-plus 2 minutes. We're getting ready to shut down the first of the 3 Raptor engines.
You can just see the whole of South Padre is just covered in cloud and fog. Okay, there goes the first Raptor. That's normal.
T-plus 2 minutes, 21 seconds. You can see we have shut down the first of the 3 engines on time as planned.
And you've got to remember that these things can land in fog. They are not using visuals for their landing. They are using things like radar, GPS, feeding the telemetry between the pad and the ground. Falcon 9s commonly land where there's no visibility whatsoever. There's a really good launch actually from Vandenberg where you see the rocket go up out of the fog, punch through the fog, and come down and land, and you can't see the ground until
+3
after
minutes,
it's touched
continuing
down.
to climb on power of 2 engines. We're past
Whew.
8 kilometers.
Ooh. Okay, good. Little panic moment there. And we've had the second Raptor engine shut down.
T plus 3.5 minutes. You can see with the camera view, we have shut down the second of the 3 engines as planned. We're now slowly climbing to the final 10-kilometer altitude
They are
on the power
really
of the single Raptor engine.
Struggling
Once
with
we're
the
at apogee,
camera
we'll
feeds.
hover shortly, shut down the engine as we flip over, and then descend back towards the landing pad at Starbase.
Even
10
SpaceX.
kilometers altitude.
Coming up at T plus 4 minutes, we're at 10 kilometers altitude, and we are getting dropouts on the camera, but we continue to get telemetry from
That's
the
good.
Starbase.
That's what matters.
From the Starship
Cameras.
vehicle.
The cameras are a bonus. The telemetry is what is essential. This is getting exciting.
While we're waiting to reestablish video connection with the vehicle, we have shut down the third of the 3 Raptor engines as planned. We're now beginning the horizontal maneuver
Starship,
back down to the
Starship
landing
launches
pad
were
at the Starbase facilities.
tests
As we
getting
get
a little
close
bit
to land,
routine.
we will ignite the 3 Raptor engines, flip to vertical, and then land
That's
on
not
the
a
thrust
current-
of a single Raptor
That's not a
engine.
current. There we go.
T plus
Okay.
4 minutes, 40 seconds and counting, and it looks like we've got some camera views back again.
Hang on a second. Is that? Okay, good. Good orientation, and that is beautiful, actually.
6 kilometers altitude.
That's a really beautiful shot.
T plus 5 minutes, we're passing through 5 kilometers, a nice view from the exterior camera, showing one
Great.
of the flaps on the
Downrange and
Starship
cross-range
test
control
vehicle
air
number
support.
11.
We'll be on the ground in about a minute and a half here. She is hauling. I wonder if the entire flip maneuver is just going to be in the fog. Right, here we go. Coming up on that landing. So remember,
2
ship's
kilometers
falling like this
altitude.
right now. All right, engines are going to start, and it's going to go like that. Flip itself. Go overcorrect a bit. Come back to
1
vertical,
kilometer altitude.
and hopefully
T plus
land.
5:45, we've just passed
Any
through
second
1
now.
kilometer
Right
altitude,
now.
getting ready for
Right,
the
here we go. We've got the Raptor ignition, and we have no video. That doesn't sound good. That was a boom. We have no idea what happened. That did not land. That didn't land. Yikes. Okay. And that concludes Starship serial number 11's life. Unless maybe they don't have, unless we lost telemetry and that sound was or the video and the audio, and that sound was the video and audio dropping out from the vehicle, and there was no pad microphones. But the fact that they haven't come back yet, ooh, I very much doubt that they have landed that. Just waiting now. This is the silence is deafening.
We're back with you. As you can see from the frozen camera view, we lost the clock at T plus 5 minutes 49 seconds. Looks like we've had another exciting test of Starship number 11.
Ooh.
A reminder again, this is a test series to gather data on
They didn't even
entry
keep
of the
telemetry.
Starship
It sounds
vehicle
like it.
at subsonic speeds as it comes back to the landing zone. It does appear,
Failed
though, that
mid-flight.
another exciting test, as we say. We don't have any good camera views to share with you right now, so with that, we are going to bring the webcast to a close. A quick recap, we had the nominal ascent, we maneuvered the horizontal when we got to 10 kilometers. The entry, we had some nice views from the exterior camera showing the flaps were quiet as we descended, but then we had the camera freeze up as we got into the engine ignition sequence, and so we're going to have to find out from the team what happened. But with that, we'd like to thank the team and bring the webcast to a close. And
That was definitely an exciting one.
With Starship, the next Starship test in the near future.
Don't even know how many Raptors we got. Oh boy, that was an interesting one.
And for those who just joined us, the frozen view we saw on the camera doesn't mean that we were waiting for the signal to come back.
There is no...
Starship 11 is not coming back. Don't wait for the landing. We do appear to have lost all the data from the vehicle, and the team, of course, is away from the landing pad. So we'll be out there seeing what we had. Please follow us on social media for updates. But with that, we are going to bring the webcast to a close. Interesting flight, and as always with Starship, an exciting time on our webcast. Thank you for tuning in today.
That was a yikes moment. It's the way things go sometimes. Really is. You get used to these kind of things. Test program means test program. It doesn't mean operational mission. Obviously, we didn't see what we wanted to see today. But that's what happens sometimes in testing, and we need to be glad and look at it as gladness that both SN10 and SN8 done so well. This seems like another SN9 moment. Maybe a little bit more anticlimactic because there wasn't a big explosion. The fact that there wasn't a big explosion means that, hey, at least certain scrupulous media won't be reporting with a big old fireball about the failure with some very clickbait headlines. But it's going to be interesting now because there is going to be a bit of a pause probably in Starship testing. Next test was meant to be booster number 1. And I think they really wanted to have a Starship on the pad, upright, landed successfully before moving on to SN15. Because SN 12, 13, 14 aren't being built. We saw the starts of them that got scrapped, so this is going to be a really interesting time. So I guess I'll see you again at some point for another Starship test, because I'm going to keep on filming these until we get a landing that sticks. Right. Catch you all soon.